欢迎到我们旧金山来，我是赵翠薇，我就是旧金山驻华办事处的总监。那我们这个旧金山驻华办事处其实是代表我们旧金山，就是往中国招商的第一、第二，而且也是协助我们当地的公司到国内来做投资。开拓市场的，所以今天非常欢迎你们到我们旧金山来，希望我们今天可以给你提供的资讯，可以给你就是帮助你协助你做将来的投资，尤其是到我们旧金山这个湾区来，好吧？谢谢。
Enhance your lifestyle. So I think this is a great journey for us with China XL. So
这个两国的民营企业交流学习。那个活动
As individual executive and entrepreneur would like to learn something from this side.
We have a special guest. 不要太低调。Yeah, Mr. Xia, business counselor from Chinese Consul General San Francisco. My very good friend, also senior, my personal advisor for how to do bilateral trade.
这个双方要在9个领域要加强合作。比方说基础设施，比方说高信息工业、信息产业，生物产业，还有新能源、环境保护、农业、旅游、基础设施，还有会展，一共是9大领域要进行合作。所以将来这个双方地方的合作，特别是加州现在跟中国的合作。前景是非常好的，所以我们在这儿呢也是，省州合作也是我们的重点工作之一我们在这儿工作重要任务就推动双边在这个9大领域进行进一步的合作。
我的这个副会长以前是我们就是 Central Valley 我们明后天会去的，他以前是高特的商会的会长，也是我们要去的9乡的这个商会的这个落袋的商会的国际发展部这个主任，所以不同的组织起到不同的作用。好，
Nice to have all of you around.
Thank you.
Especially Frank, I did hear your story, like, how China relation have you help you kind of build up a business here, Lodi.
China has really played a significant role in the local economy here. Not just for myself personally, but for the entire region. It's extremely important, this emerging market of China. I mean, we have 100,000 acres of grapes that we need to sell every single year. And we are the largest appellation in California. We grow more grapes than Napa and Sonoma combined. And since that is the case, we need to find continuing markets, growing markets for our products. China, obviously, fastest growing imported wine market in the world. It's a very attractive place to do business. We're very excited that we're in the position that we are in right now, that China consumers are increasingly embracing our products. And, that is thanks in large part to gentlemen like Mr. Tai.
Actually, I heard you call him half brother.
Oh yeah, we were actually separated at birth. We are brothers.
Oh.
Yeah.
People How long have you been known to each other?
Since 2008.
2008?
Yeah.
Like 5 years.
Yeah, I guess so. Mm-hmm. We're getting old.
How the business shoot up after meeting? Having a brother that way.
Well, I'll tell you what. I was working on trying to promote Lodi for about 2 years internationally, from 2006 to 2008, and I was working very hard, but I wasn't getting a lot of results.
By what means, actually?
What's that?
Then by what means? Sending out letters?
Yeah, I was talking to some Chinese media that was interviewing me. I had taken a wine delegation to Costa Rica. We got our wine served at the presidential inauguration down there in 2006, and that's a wonderful country, but very teeny market, only 4 million people. I was fascinated by the China market. I knew it was important, but I didn't really know how to approach it. So what ended up happening was I met Ty based on the World Journal, actually, a journalist that I became friends with suggested that I meet with Ty, and well, the rest is history. Within a few weeks of our initial meeting, Ty decides that it'd be a good idea to bring the Chinese Consul General. At that time, it was Consul General Gao Zhansheng, based out of the San Francisco office. Ty was kind enough to, through his personal network, bring him to Lodi. And that was on August 6, 2008. That one day of the Consul General coming to Lodi did more to push the envelope in a positive way for Lodi than my 2 years of working basically on my own. So that's just an example of when you get government, media, and entrepreneurship all working together, great things can happen. And that's what we did.
Do you have a figure? How many?
I do have a figure, but I would have to kill you if I told you.
Okay.
Because it's a
Is
secret.
it kind of business secret?
Yeah, no. The figures aren't really quite at the top of my head, but I tell you what, it is kind of a secret, not mine.
Okay.
But there's several wineries now here in Lodi that are exporting to China, and as Mr. John Giannini can attest to, because he does a lot of the work to handle the freight forwarding. He's basically a travel agent for cargo, is what we like to call him. But part of his job is to help protect his clients' confidentiality. So clients, sometimes they have customers in China. They don't want their competitors to know who those customers are. So quite frankly, in all seriousness, I really couldn't answer your question, how much is going and where. We know a significant amount. We think about 20% of our grapes right now are going abroad, and a large part of that 20% would be going to China.
Do you have a projection, what will happen in the next 2 to 5 years?
Well, the imported wine market in China, I don't know, Ty, what was the last figures? Maybe 42% growth, some incredible amount. I mean, if you graph that out, projections, it could be immense. Without a doubt, every agricultural commodity that's being grown in California right now is being affected by what's going on in China. So the China demand is affecting our prices here. So whether or not, if you're a local farmer and maybe you don't want to play in the global market, you really have no choice, because the marketplace is global at this point. So we're affected by the supply and demand globally for all commodities, including grapes and wine.
Okay. So what did you do at the time?
Well, thank you for asking, and thank you for the kind comment. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, my brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, my name is Tai Zhang. As the president of the U.S.-China Business and Cultural Association, we're based here in Sacramento. Our association established here in 2004, but we have a major operating hub or operating home office in Shanghai. Currently, we have 3,000 members. Our job is to support and facilitate the business opportunity between China and U.S. So this backward in 2008, when I got connected with Frankie here, we realized, because I used to live in San Francisco and then moved to Sacramento and Elk Grove actually. Then I realized, Lodi is such a great hidden treasures. It is a wine country, but there's only a few names recognize this place. And also there's in China side, because I'm the first generation American Chinese. I was born and raised in Shandong, Qingdao. So it's a fast-growing middle class looking for a better lifestyle, and wine is represent one of the success, elegant, and social status commodity for most Chinese consumers. So I think there's something we can do by demand, by our members' demand. We start thinking, how can we help a local wine community? Then Frank and I, we sit down, we talk about all the different possibility, and we work with the Lodi Chamber, work with the Lodi Wine Group Commission, and even we talk about agricultural tourism. So then every year we bring delegation from China to come here visit local community, and particularly winery community. So the more conversation they had, the more business actually increased their volume. Now, after Consul General Gao visit here in 2008, I think one of the member purchased 4 containers immediately after the visit. And like Frank said, because of the competitions, because of non-disclosure agreement, and we don't have a precise number, but there are 90 wineries in Lodi.
90
yes. Wineries in Lodi. So every year we know each winery export more than half dozen container to China or Greater China region, including Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan.
Okay.
Yes, it's a phenomenal.
But I do understand that all of you paid tremendous efforts trying to make it happen.
Yes, that's it's part of our passion, and it's part of my DNA as American Chinese, and also I think local community gave us overwhelming support. Mm-hmm. He's a local wine grape grower, and John Genie is another good friend. And when you deal with a global transportation, you need an expert in this particular field to handle all the different single components.
So that's part of the reason he has the most secret, more.
He's the man with all the secrets right here.
Apparently I have all the secrets, but one of the things that we've done in working with Ty and Frank is helping some of the local wineries understand the export process, understand the international transactions. When they first brought me out here, they were a little hesitant, a little scared. What do we do? What are some of the regulations and regulatory environment considerations, as well as logistical requirements? If you're sending a container of wine, you don't want it to be sitting in a dock baking in the sun. You're going to ruin the wine. So there's logistical supply chain considerations, as well as regulatory considerations that we've helped the local wine growing community understand and take the fear out of exporting and doing international business. Yeah.
It's a huge thing that John's company has done for us, because my family wants to grow grapes. We don't want to learn about what it takes to get our wine to China. It's complicated. And I'm speaking like, for example, for my dad, who's 80 years old. He loves when Chinese people come and visit us at the ranch. He thinks that's great. But the reality is, don't ask him to fill out an export preparedness form or anything else like that. And that's why John Burns Global, his company, it's complicated. Exporting is complicated. There's no doubt about it. That being said, if you know the right people, it's not complicated. You get the right people, you get the right experts to do what they're good at, and then everything sort of takes care of itself. I really don't want to know how my wine gets to China. I just know it needs to get there, and it needs to get there safely.
Actually, have you both of you been to China?
I'm on my 8th trip.
Okay.
John Giannini has just been invited, I think, about 10 times in the last evening alone. So it sounds like he's going to. I guess I'm speaking for you, John. Are you going to China or not?
Hopefully, I'll be going soon
This year gonna happen, I think.
this year.
You know, imagine the kind of scenario that you have a lot of friends out there, you know, importers, you know, Chinese importers, you know, bring your wine, you know, to the table in China. If you, you know, see your wine in China, what do you know, want to talk about your wine? How do you introduce, you know, why it's good?
You know, here in Lodi, we're not very pretentious. I decided to wear a tie today because this is ICN. So, of course, hey, I'm wearing a tie and a suit. But the truth of the matter is, I'm a grape grower. I usually wear blue jeans and cowboy boots. So when it comes to what do I want people, our approach to wine is we're easy and accessible. It's not a mysterious thing. You don't have to do all this foo-foo stuff. My attitude is drink what you like, and if you like it, hey, that's great. We'll be happy. All this on and on and on about food pairing, and you know, the wine can be. There is this level of wine appreciation that experts like to talk about, and that's fine. But what I'd like to see is for everyday consumers to understand that there's nothing to be intimidated about. It's you know, drink what you like. Try Lodi, California wine. If you like it, well, we did our job. If you don't like it, it was probably French.
Okay. How do you?
Well, the way we promote
I'm sorry.
California and Lodi wines, we call it real people,
Okay.
award-winning products,
Mm-hmm.
and reasonable prices.
Mm-hmm.
That's really, I think, reflect what Frankie just described about all the local people, business owners is very down to earth, accessible.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, sometimes you walk into the tasting room, you see the farmers right there. You see winemakers, sometimes the third generation business owners there. So we call it real people. It's award-winning products. Many products has been recognized by, you know, not just domestically California or nation. You know, you go to different country, people, you go European, they even like the Lodi products. And the price point, because you got more than 100,000 acres of farmable land. So you got a mass production with contemporary technique to produce very good volume of wine. Now you go to China, wine represents a great image of a lifestyle. So that's why we constantly to bring this message. It is a California lifestyle. It is good for your health. Obviously, any kind of drink, if you drink too much, you're gonna probably bring a negative side. You drink nicely, 1 or 2 glasses a day. Good for your heart. Good for your even add a beauty on your face. So it's an anti-aging process. So at the end of the day, we see a great future for Lodi wine in China and some other countries.
Okay.
If you were wondering why I'm so beautiful and young, because I'm actually 80 years old.
I don't believe that.
I drink a lot of Lodi wine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you know, in agriculture, you know, it's mainly kind of family business.
Yes.
I do see people, you know, yesterday at the winery, I see, you know, people have kind of pride.
Yes.
It's very personalized.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What's the catch out there?
You know, there's, in the case of Lodi, a lot of the farmers that you meet are 4th and 5th generation farming families. And there is a lot of pride in what they do. We pride ourselves on making a safe and enjoyable product for consumers. And I think there's, excuse me, nothing more pleasurable than working in the fields and then later seeing somebody enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
There is a lot of pride I think that a humble pride that farmers possess. And, you know, I think everybody loves a farmer, right? There's something, I'm partial because I'm the son of a farmer, but I think China may be one of the reasons that we feel so comfortable in China is China has that same kind of respect I've noticed towards farmers. So even if you're in Shanghai, a very cosmopolitan city, when you peel back the onion, people that live there, they have a history with somebody not too far back in their family.
2, 3 generations.
Yeah, that also were farmers. And at the end of the day, we all have to eat, right?
Yeah.
So it's nice to be a part of that.
There's a Chinese saying like eat, drink, man, woman. No, it's all natural. It's all human. You know,
Yeah.
you eat and then you have to drink. You know.
Yes.
Yeah. Wine is by choice. You know, actually, today, this afternoon, Chinese President Xi Jinping and Barack Obama will be talking also in meet and talk in San Francisco. Not in San Francisco, far off, in south.
Yes.
Going, Sunnyland. Do we have a message for them?
Yeah, absolutely. Presidents, if you're watching this, please pick up a bottle of Lodi wine and enjoy. We think wine's a perfect way to make business happen. Friendships sometimes get a little bit closer, and we want to be there at the table.
Yeah, John. Last night I see you come making very quick, instant friends with the members of the delegation. Chinese.
Yes.
And
Yeah, I think it's important to have relationships between our countries on the political level and on the business level. Global trade isn't the future; it's the current climate of the way things are. And I think that the more business relationships that there are between our two countries, the more connected we become, and the less mystery we have about one another. In interacting with the delegation, I find
a group of Chinese.
A group of Chinese, I find more similarities than I do differences after you engage with them and speak with them.
Okay.
And for Mr. Xi's, I think this is a presidential visit. It's going to be a historical moment, and by 3 reasons. Number one, they meet here in Southern California. It's not Washington, D.C. It's a very unconventional way for the world leader to get together, to have this real dialogue going on between U.S. and China. And two, I think maintain this healthy relationship between U.S. and China is important, because at the end of the day, this healthy mutual respect business, the country-to-country relationship will bring more opportunity for both parties. And the number three, I think this is a strong message to the world. The number one economy and number two economy will bring many, many benefits to other countries as well. Because when you talk about the globalization, it's not by one country, it's not by two countries. In the end of the day, people have to cooperate each other. Country has to cooperate each other. As long as you maintain this mutual respect, mutual benefits relationship, and the business community can truly benefit from this international cooperation. Yeah. Otherwise, everything's going to become concept versus a real global business transaction. Then they supplement this benefit to each other, and we'll have the prosperity for everybody.
Okay, we are talking about wine, and we are talking actually about the international relations. Wow.
But we like to take these moments. It's really to share our personal opinions. Everybody has their own.
Yeah, everybody has a story, and the story goes very far. Mm-hmm. To the other end of the world. Probably. Do we have if we have a chance? How we suggest? How about we recommend first of all to Barack Obama the local wine.
Absolutely, come to Lodi. We're the Zinfandel capital of the world. And I would love to see our the two great leaders of the world drinking some Lodi Zinfandel. Why not? I'll say this. There was a saying that I read. I was recently in nearby Galt, California, which is right next to Lodi, a very small agricultural community, and they have a very powerful Future Farmers of America program there in their classroom. And on the classroom blackboard, there was a saying, and it said, I'll try to quote this: whatever our accomplishments, our sophistication, our artistic pretension, that's nothing to compare to the fact that we have 6 inches of topsoil and the fact that it rains. That is what our very existence is because of that. So it's not farmers. It's we can everybody. Yeah. So for that, and that's the case for all of us. So we can think that we're really smart, but at the end of the day, nothing is more important than the fact that we have been blessed with great soil and rain from the skies. And I think as long as we all keep that in mind, that at the end of the day, nothing works if we don't feed the world.
Yeah, we have peace. We have peace. We have good life.
Yes. Yeah, I think the Chinese have a saying, something about having a filled rice bowl. How important that is. I don't know exactly how it goes, but to me, I mean, our world leaders, what I'd like to see them concentrate on more than anything is figuring out ways that people around the world can eat and eat better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for
the opportunity. Appreciate this time.
You look so elegant today. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is Counselor Xia from San Francisco.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm
Terry.
General from San Francisco.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. Thank you very much.
Laurie?
I'm Larry. Hey, nice to meet you. Yes.
He has a big responsibility for entire 5 states in Western states.
Thank you. Thank you.
We describe Viaggio as one of the significant places here. So say, well, I better to meet the owners and show our appreciation. And we got a group. 这是我们老板 Larry， 这是老板娘 Terry， 大家给他们鼓鼓掌好不好？
We've kept a lot of the original walnuts here as part of the walnut farm and part of the history. And so many of our neighbors grow grapes, and so many people have bought his land and planted grapes that most of our wine is made from the neighbors' grapes.
所以他们自己也种葡萄，也在周围的邻居也买他的葡萄，也买他们的葡萄来这个做任何这个酿酒。
This winery, the previous owner was not making a lot of wine here. He made very little wine. And last year, I made quite a bit of wine, and yesterday we actually moved all of our wine off the property in the barrels because I had nowhere to store it.
Yeah. Mr. Lee? Don? Thank you guys. Sure.
Next.
Guys, 从这看这个角度。